He grabbed the cop's gun, pulled the trigger against his own head. Luckily, the gun wasn't loaded. That's what saved his life. What kind of despair had he been through to make him do something so incomprehensible? Last night, he was having a party at home with some friends. It didn't end until after 2 a.m. After seeing his friends off, he decided to go buy more alcohol. He didn't drive. Instead, he chose to walk to the nearby supermarket. It would take about 20 minutes round trip. When he got close to home, Lee heard the sirens of fire trucks. It was his house that was on fire. His wife was screaming at the top of her lungs. His 3 kids were still inside. People from the neighborhood gathered around. Lee stared at the massive fire in disbelief. Still holding the diapers he'd just bought for his youngest son, the merciless fire burned all night. It wasn't put out until dawn. His wife was lifted onto an ambulance. Lee tried to comfort her, but she angrily pulled away from him. Watching his wife being taken away in the ambulance, Lee stood there frozen, not knowing what to do. Firefighters carried 3 bodies out of the ruins. They were his 3 children consumed by the fire. Lee was then taken to the police station for questioning. He recounted what happened before the fire, worried his wife and kids would get cold. He had specifically added a few logs to the stove before leaving, so the house would be warm when he got back. On his way, he remembered he might not have closed the stove properly. He thought optimistically it wouldn't be a big deal, but it resulted in this tragedy. A burning log must have rolled onto the floor. Lee calmly awaited his judgment. He couldn't forgive himself for what he'd done, but the police tried to comfort him.
Look, Lee, you made a horrible mistake, like a million other people did last night. I'm not gonna crucify you. It's not a crime to forget to put the screen on the fireplace.
The officer told him he could go home, but Lee couldn't accept this outcome. The death of his 3 children was on him. He had already sentenced himself to death. When no one was watching, he grabbed the cop's gun. Without hesitation, pulled the trigger at his head. He wanted to atone for his sins this way, not knowing how guns work. He tried several times without success. Afterwards, his wife chose to divorce him. Lee decided to leave this place of sorrow. After saying goodbye to his brother and nephew, he went to Boston alone, found a job as a maintenance worker. He rented a dark basement apartment. His daily work was fixing refrigerators for old men, unclogging drains for single women, changing light bulbs for elderly ladies with mobility issues. Though he seemed no different from anyone else, regret and self-blame hung over him constantly, making him silent and numb, making him lifeless, making him live the same day over and over. Every night when he got home, he'd just collapse on the couch like this, no life whatsoever, then fall asleep in a daze and wake up in a daze. Until this day, while working as usual, he got a phone call. The voice on the other end told him his brother had a heart attack and was dying.